Now, what is an hour? An hour is a segment of time. The hour contains 60 minutes, and the minute contains 60 seconds. So when you break the hour down, you have 60, 60, and 6. The hour is coming. Whose hour? If you open the book of Revelations, it tells you, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast. For the number of the beast is the number of a man, 666. The hour is coming. The hour here represents war, chastisement, affliction, trial. The earth now is breaking out in little wars all over the earth. The people in Croatia, the people in Serbia, the people in White Russia, the people in Uzbekistan, the people in Tajikistan, the people in Kazakhstan, the Armenians and the Christians and the Muslims at odds, the Jews, the Christians and the Muslims at odds, the Catholics and the Protestants in Ireland at odds, terrorizing. People walking in cars blow up, hotels blow up, airplanes blow up, terrorism, terror coming into the heart, but that's only small time stuff. These are what you call preludes to the big act that is about to go down. Listen. There are over 43 wars going on the earth right now. Central America, South America, Asia, the Middle East, Africa, wars. There's famine. There's pestilence. People dying. Whole villages, tribes dying with AIDS. Drought in Africa. The desert is getting wider and greater. The Sahara is now expanding. Not sometimes due to natural disaster, but due to man-made disaster. America and Russia were locked in struggle. Y'all all right? America and Russia locked in struggle, and America says she's going to force Russia's economy to break up by constantly putting more and more money into arms. So much of the American budget has gone to the arms merchants, making new aircraft carriers. Cost $1 billion. New airplanes, even testing them, costing hundreds of millions of dollars. New tanks, new rockets, using the latest technology, computer technology, electronics technology, going out in space with their rockets blowing up and their satellites malfunctioning, causing more and more expenditure of wealth. The Russians trying to keep up. more navy, more submarines, more nuclear weapons, spreading the nuclear weapons out over the vast union of Soviet socialist republics. And all of a sudden, Gorbachev comes up. And Gorbachev wants to modernize and revolutionize Russia. He's a bold man. He's a man of vision. But before Gorbachev, the Cold War had the third world in a position where the non-aligned nations could play East against West for their own development and betterment. So Russia had some client states, and America had client states. China and Russia were once friends. Then their friendship broke. But nobody, if you excuse the expression, mess with China. 1,200,000,000 Chinese. They got so many Chinese, it's against the law in China to have more than one baby per family. If you have more than one baby, you got to pay a fine. Now, whenever you get that kind of percentage, you have to ask yourself, what is the square mileage of China? And how many can China safely support from the earth under their feet? When you got 1,200,000,000 people, how much acreage must you have under cultivation to feed 1,200,000,000 people? China is already overpopulated and must expand. Japan, let's talk about a minute. The shock of the hour is coming. And you're smack dab in the middle of it. Nobody in this audience will get away. Nobody in Chicago, in New York, in LA, in Georgia, in Mississippi, you're not getting away. White or black, Hispanic, I don't care what your color is, you're not getting away from this. This is the hour all your madness is gonna cease. You ain't got long. Japan, over 120 million people on the little island of Nippon. They don't have enough land to take care of their 120 and more million people and growing. Japan has to find areas in the world that she can help to cultivate, to feed her people. Her shipping trawlers are in the waters of every sea, gathering fish to bring back to Japan. So much so that Japan's fishing trawlers are in constant conflict with nations that are saying that Japan is encroaching upon their waters. Korea, the Asian people are having an awful lot of babies. Taiwan used to be called Formosa. They just about populated that island. People looking for expansion. We need more territory. When you need more territory, then the weak are taken over by the strong. This is why Jesus prophesied wars and rumors of war. and nation rising against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And this is just the beginning of sorrows. Then there will be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Then brother is going to deliver up brother. There'll be all kinds of schemes and betrayals and in the family, among the very people who are supposed to be working for the same cause. The enemy will be able to come in and buy one out and make him turn against the other. Buy a husband or a wife out and make him turn against the husband or the wife. Buy a brother out and make him turn against his family. This is the time that you're living in. Then the affection of the people will become strange. And the natural affection will be turned into something unnatural. And women will be lying down with women and men lying down with men, working that which is unseemly. This is the time we're living in. It's not getting better, it's getting worse. It's leading to a conclusion. It's leading to the shock of the hour. Let's look now. America spends so much money on arms. Russia trying to keep pace. Gorbachev with perestroika, glasnost, trying to open up Russia. But that's a big revolutionary idea undertaken at a time when the world cannot afford that change in Russia. The Russians couldn't handle it, and those client states dependent on Russia couldn't handle it. The Russian economy now ruined. Can't help Cuba. Can't help Nicaragua. Can't help its client states in Africa. Can't help its client states in the Middle East. Assad of Syria had a friendship pact with Russia so that when Pan Am flight 101, I think it was, 103, surely man is in loss. The 103rd surah of the Quran. Anyway, at first they said it was the Syrians. But the Syrians were a client state of Russia, so they couldn't attack Syria without bringing Russia into war with them. So Reagan put it on Libya, because even though Libya is revolutionary, Libya is not tied to Russia. It had friendship, but not a friendship pact. So Reagan bombed Libya, charging him with the discotheque thing. But they never charged Libya with the Pan Am bombing until just recently. We'll get to that in a minute. All of a sudden, in the twinkling of an eye, we watched Europe, Eastern Europe, just blow up. Powerful leaders that looked like they had control. And in the communist countries, they got control of a state-run television, state-run press. So all means of communication and ideas are controlled by the state. But another power was moving among the masses.